lost.
To think I'd lose to my own 2 kids.
Tja,
We are no children of yours, and will never call that place our home.
Then tell me, what did you do all this for? You lost your mother, and will soon kill your father as well. What will you gain in the end, other than sentences for your crimes?
We will gain our long-awaited justice. It's over. Finally, it's over.
ah ja.
So, where will you go now, Tulip?
I'm not too sure, Iris. Maybe somewhere with lots of flowers? After all, Mother always did love going where the blossoms were. What about you?
I want to go visit Mother's grave.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Aww.
Huh? Tulip, look!
What is it?
It's Mother's favorite. The rainbow rose. Look, it's blooming again.
Stimmt.
Excellent! That was beyond mesmerizing.
Aww.
Even I didn't expect the scene to go so well. And we got it in a single take.
Tja,
All right, everyone. We've got a wrap for Tulip and Iris.
na dann haben wir das ja.
Congratulations, Ayaka and Chevrolet.
Sehr gut.
Thank you. I didn't expect our parts to wrap so quickly. I wish I could savor the experience for just a bit longer.
Tja,
Paimon totally understands. Paimon's not ready to say goodbye to the clapperboard either. Filming has really been a lot of fun.
ey, du bist meine Reisebegleitung.
Right too, Chevrolet. The way you said long-awaited justice. It gave Paimon chills.
Tja,
That is indeed my favorite line in the whole book. I still remember trying to act it out in my room the first few times I read it.
Whoa, Paimon
das
would have
glaube
never
ich.
guessed you're that type.
Who doesn't like stories where the guilty are punished and justice prevails over evil? Don't forget, I'm the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Stimmt.
Captain, I have something urgent to report.
Ah ja.
Please excuse me, everyone. I'll be back in just a moment.
It's okay, don't worry about us.
Ich glaube, es geht um den Fall.
Oh,
Na gut, dass sie jetzt erst gekommen
was she
ist.
whisked away by work already? I was just about to tell her how great she
Ah.
did. It seemed like some urgent official business.
Then perhaps we should thank the stars that we were able to wrap both of your parts so quickly today. Switching around the filming schedule would have been a real pain.
Ja.
Anyway, I actually came over to let everyone know that we're all done for today. You can go home and get some rest.
Na dann.
And one last thing, Miss Ayaka. Your acting skills today were immaculate as always. Are you sure you won't consider taking up full-time acting? See, I just happen to know this great troupe that's still looking for a lead actress.
Thank you for your kind words, Director Farina. Unfortunately, there are still many matters that I have to take care of back home at the Yashiro Commission.
Stimmt.
I cannot remain in Fontaine to pursue an acting career. Nevertheless, I will make sure to treasure this incredible opportunity in my heart.
Oh, that's a shame, but I understand. Just let me know if you ever change your mind.
Tja, sie hat halt Verantwortung, ne?
I believe it's also about time for me to take my leave. But hopefully I'll see you on set over the next few days.
Ja.
Even though my part's wrapped, I'd still like to swing by and help out the crew.
Ah
See
ja.
you tomorrow, Traveler and Paimon.
Yep, see you tomorrow. Well, what should we do next? Maybe we'll go investigate the case some more with Shivers today.
Traveler, Paimon, please come with me.
Ja, ich glaube, so sieht's aus.
You could say that our ship has finally chanced upon one of those small, remote islands of intel.
Ah. Na dann. Ich nehme das da vorne gerne nochmal mit. Nö. Die haben wir auch noch. Yes. Das sieht aber schön aus. Okay, dann wollen wir mal. Wo sollen wir denn hin? Ach, das ist... Ah. Wohin? Ach, da. Da waren wir doch noch gar nicht. Ha. Das ist jetzt weird. Ich glaube, die hält da ja auch nicht. Nein. Oder geht's hier noch irgendwie weiter? Moment. Ist das? Schauen wir uns doch mal ein bisschen um. Und nehmen eine Regenbogenrose mit. Was ist das nach vorne? Gucken wir mal. So. Meine Güte. Ich bin verwirrt. Hä? Was war denn da gerade? Okay. Keine Ahnung. Gut, dann versuchen wir da irgendwie hinzukommen. Das sollte jetzt eigentlich nicht. Ah ja. Gut, dann nehmen wir hier das Brot. Hä, wo schießt du denn hin? Na geht doch. Meine Güte. Nee, warte, wir müssen ja. Nee, wir müssen einmal hier so rum, ne? Jetzt bleiben wir wieder stecken. Na, kommen wir hier. Ach komm. Ach ja. Taste. Kommen wir hier rüber? Nein. Natürlich nicht. Warum auch? Es könnte ja auch so einfach sein. Es hat sich ja gelohnt. Ach ja. Gut, da oben ist ja auch schon. Die sind ja süß. So, dann wollen wir mal. Jo, mach mal. Ah, ja. Jo. Haben wir denn schon was? Ja, 3 Stück. Okay. Huch. Wo war denn das denn? In der Richtung. Müssen wir einmal da nochmal rum, ha? Haben wir da unten auch noch einen. Ah ja, da. Machen wir das jetzt so. Dass wir den auch gleich freischalten. kommen wir da gleich rüber. Ich frage mich, was die herausgefunden haben. Und dann so weit hier draußen. Okay, wir sind da. Das sollte hier irgendwo sein. Ah, da oben. Glaube ich zumindest. Da sehen wir wenigstens ein bisschen was von der Landschaft. Und die nehmen wir auch gleich mit. Wollte ich ja schon bei der Ankunft eigentlich mitgenommen haben. Aber da wusste ich ja nicht, dass der nicht hier hält. Die Linie. Naja. Eigentlich schade, ne?
Paimon's exhausted. Paimon definitely didn't expect having to float this far after a full day of filming. So,
Ja.
Chevres, why did you take us here?
Gute Frage.
Affirmative. It wasn't anything conclusive, but it should show us a clear way forward. Have you ever heard of someone by the name of Emily?
Oh, you mean that famous perfumer?
She's a good friend of mine. She's lent me her aid several times in the past to resolve some difficult cases. After I discovered the rainbow rose at the scene of the murder, I sent it to her. After all, she's probably the foremost expert on flowers and scents in all of Fontaine.
And then?
Gute Frage. Und dann?
There was nothing remarkable about the flower or the trace amounts of soil left on it. But according to Emily, the rainbow rose left by the killer was derived from a very rare cultivar.
Huh. Paimon didn't know that there were different varieties of rainbow rose. Paimon just thought they grew everywhere in the wild.
Flowers that are deliberately cultivated will always show some different features from those that bloom in the wild. We already knew that the rose left at the scene belonged to a special cultivar, but with Emily's expertise, we were able to pinpoint the place where it was first picked from.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. So whoever first planted that rainbow rose was probably the killer.
Precisely.
Kann sein.
And after we checked what we learned against some sales records from the past, we discovered that there's only one person in all of Fontaine who could grow and sell this specific cultivar.
Really? And who is it?
It's the novelist.
Oh.
Didn't you say he had an alibi?
To be clear, I haven't changed my mind about him. I still don't think he was the one who pulled the trigger. However, that doesn't mean the true culprit never visited him at his home or never purchased a rainbow rose from his garden. Whatever the case, we will have to confirm a number of things with him.
So you mean the next place we need to go is...
Yes, we're going to pay him a visit at his home.
Ah, okay. Der wohnt hier draußen. Ach, hier ist ein ganz kleines Dörfchen.
That should be his house.
There are so many Gardamex stationed around the place. That's pretty unusual, right?
According to what he told me last time we spoke, he hired them so he won't be harassed or disturbed.
Ah ja.
So there are a lot of flowers in his garden, but Paimon doesn't think we'll be able to pick one without alerting the Gardamex.
Right, which is exactly why I think there has to be a special connection between him and the killer.
So, should we knock?
Just wait here for now. I'd like to take care of a number of those Gardamex first.
But
Ah.
they're so far away. How are you planning to do that?
Don't forget, Paimon, I'm actually the real-life captain of the Musketeers.
Okay. Du willst... Muss das sein? Müssen wir denn so drastisch werden? Du musst dir doch nicht umnieten. Wer bezahlt das denn? Wer ersetzt die Dinger? Meine Güte. Was, wenn er unschuldig ist? Ah, und das soll ich auch noch machen. Ah, ja. Ja, das wissen wir mittlerweile. Wir haben die Dings schon gespielt. Ich wollte gerade sagen, nur die waren nach 2 Schüssen um. Aber die sind auch nach 2 Schüssen um. Tja, wir sind Naturtalente. Was soll ich sagen? Ist jetzt auch nicht so schwer. Aber war das nicht ein bisschen zu auffällig? Ich meine, das ist laut, wenn wir da schießen. Ich glaube nicht, dass die auf ihrer Muskete einen Schalldämpfer hat.
All clear. Let's go.
Oh,
Ah, ja.
wait! Paimon's a little nervous now that we know he could be the killer.
Ach komm.
Go over our plan of action?
I'll go knock on the door and make sure it's safe inside. Once we're sure that we're in the clear, I'll ask him to come with us for a quick round of questioning at the guard's headquarters.
But can't we just arrest him?
We still have no evidence that he's the killer,
Yeah.
or that he lent the killer any direct aid.
Yep.
Still, it would be appreciated if you could pick a rainbow rose from his garden for me while I'm talking to him. It'll help the Marashose Phantom confirm Emily's theory.
Ah ja. Das können wir
Sure,
machen.
no problem.
Dann machen wir das mal.
Excuse me, Mr. Baptiste. Are you home?
Der muss das doch gehört haben.
Oh, it's you, Officer Shavras.
Would you mind accompanying me to the guard's headquarters, Mr. Baptiste? We would like to ask you some questions about a case.
Oh, is it still regarding the murder case from before?
Ja, und du kommst mir irgendwie bekannt vor.
I cannot confirm or deny that at this time.
So it is then.
Listen, I need you to come with me, Mr. Baptiste.
Miss Shavras, I'll save you the trouble. Oh, and you two over there? There's no need for you to pick my flowers either. It's not time for them to bloom yet.
Mhm.
Oh!
Okay. Jetzt bin ich mal gespannt, was er zu
By
sagen hat.
saving me the trouble, you mean...
I will confess, I was the killer.
Ah ja.
Huh?
He just admitted he's guilty!
Please relax, everyone. I'm not armed. The musket you're looking for has been buried in my backyard.
Then it's my responsibility to inform you, Mr. Baptiste, that everything you say right now will be used as evidence for the inevitable trial.
Yes, I am perfectly aware of that.
Aber warum?
I must say, I hate this feeling.
Oh? Is it because I confessed? Or because you've been proven wrong?
Both, I suppose.
For the same reason as the one I wrote out in my novel, of course. I did it to exact revenge.
Ah ja.
I know you haven't figured out the link between the two of us. Had you done so, I'd have been taken away to the headquarters a long time ago. But that won't stop me from always remembering his grotesque face. After all, he was the one who killed my mother.
Your mother is still healthy and well.
You know, I was adopted as a child. I was referring to my birth mother.
That was never recorded in the orphanage's records.
Please forgive a 6-year-old child for concocting some lies to protect himself after watching his mother die right in front of him.
So, your novel, it was like a record of your life?
No, of course not. It was a work of fiction with many embellished parts. But I am indeed the illegitimate son of a wealthy and influential man who abused his power to murder my mother. That part was 100% real.
Ah ja.
But the man you killed didn't have a Mora to his name.
He was a hired assassin, an irredeemable beast who sank his fangs into a defenseless woman just for a few bags of Mora.
But if that's really the truth, you wouldn't be telling us any of this now. You still haven't managed to take revenge against your father, the true mastermind behind it all.
I never thought I'd hear that kind of thing from the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
I'm
Ah, ja.
simply skeptical about your motives.
It's simple, really. I've grown tired of everything and don't want to shoulder this burden anymore. You may have considered me too soft to pull the trigger. Well, as it turns out, you are exactly right. I've become overwhelmed by the aftermath of the murder.
Ah ja.
So you're going to call a stop to your revenge.
The true mastermind is too rich and too powerful for me. I've accepted that I will never be able to avenge my mother alone.
And so what? The characters in your book never gave up.
Naja, aber diese Figuren aus einem Buch, das ist nochmal was anderes.
Now, Officer Shavras, I'm the one who has killed a man, aren't I? Are you trying to convince me to commit another crime?
What's your
Nein.
father's name? How do you plan to prove the veracity of all of your claims?
Well, I'd like to speak with you privately.
Ah ja.
Sure. Why don't we speak privately at the guard's headquarters?
No, it has to be here. I must ensure that we won't be overheard.
Fine. Let's talk here.
When I said won't be overheard, I meant I would like to speak with you and you alone.
Thanks. I appreciate.
Please stay safe, Chevra.
Ja.
All right. Let's
Das
hear
ist
it.
gemein.
Will you really believe what I'm about to say?
Well, that depends on what you're going to tell me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Werden wir eh... Nein, wir kriegen natürlich nichts davon mit.
So that's how it's all connected.
So, it seems you believe me after all.
Do you
Oh,
want
yeah.
me to go public with this?
No, of course not. At least, not right now.
Then why did you bother telling me?
You've read my work. What do you think? Even if you were to go public with all of this right now, he'd simply deny everything.
Stimmt.
It's been too long. Almost 20 years. Anything that could be used as evidence has long faded away. Even if there might have been a solitary island of truth once
Ja, warum
upon a
hast du dann
time,
den Dings getötet? Der
it
hätte das
has
doch
long
beweisen
sunk.
können.
Justice will never find him.
Not if you don't try.
I know that as the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, you will always stand on the side of justice. But do you really think a cushy life in prison really constitutes justice for him? I bet he could lead an extremely comfortable life in the fortress of Meripede.
What
Glaub
are
ich
you
nicht.
trying to say?
I've been observing you from a distance. Your portrayal of the musketeer was exquisite. Pull the trigger of justice against him. Let the villain get what he deserves.
You want me to let you go so you may complete your revenge?
No, Officer Shavras. I know that would be impossible. No. What I'd like is for you to perform the deed on my behalf.
Das ist ganz, ganz
Oh,
schlechte
Chevra
Idee.
sure is taking her time. What could they be talking
Das ist
about
keine
anyway?
gute Idee.
Oh, Paimon's worried. What if he decided to
Nein.
attack her? Oh, you do have a point. Still, do you have any idea who the rich person might be? And why the novelist doesn't want us to hear what he's saying to Chevras?
Sorry to keep you waiting, you two.
Ja.
Hey, how did your talk go?
I've already sent someone to escort Baptiste back to the headquarters for questioning. He wasn't lying about the musket. It was indeed buried in his backyard.
Ah ja.
But what about the name? Did he tell you the name of the rich guy?
Yes, he did. But for now, I have to return to the special patrol.
War klar, dass es uns
There's-
nicht sagt.
I'll probably be quite busy over the next few days, so
Ja,
apologies
ich
if
hoffe-
you don't see me on set.
Oh, ich hoffe, sie macht's nicht.
All right. Paimon understands if you can't tell us everything you know. We'll just keep an eye on the Steambird then.
Actually, there's still something else I need your help with.
Mhm. Da bin ich ja mal gespannt. Oh, ich hoffe, sie macht's nicht. Ja, ich weiß. Ne? Aber es geht ja nicht um den Typen, es geht halt um sie. Und wenn sie es macht, dann... Ja. Ne? Dann geht das nicht gut aus für sie. Ach, wir können auch erstmal die Zeit vorstellen. Oder nee, wir gehen erstmal zurück. Ich glaube, wir müssen eh hier hin. Ich hoffe wirklich, dass sie es nicht macht. Och, ich sollte so langsam mal den die Aufnahme pausieren. Ach Mensch. Doch. Richtige Taste gedrückt, meine Güte. Okay. So. Können wir jetzt nämlich weitermachen. Oh, die ist ja süß. 18. Oh. Zählt das schon, oder? Müssen wir jetzt nochmal... Ja, okay. Das zählt noch nicht. Okay. So, dann so. Ah, okay. Andere Timer, der klingelte. Schon wieder so spät. Meine Güte. Okay. Dann wollen wir mal.
We haven't seen Chevra since that night at Baptiste's place.
Ja.
Well, guess there's no point in worrying about it now. Let's go join up with the others.
Ich glaube, das ist gar nicht gut. Irgendwas ist faul. Oh, ich hoffe, sie geht nicht drauf ein. Ich hoffe wirklich, dass sie nicht drauf eingeht. So, dann wollen wir mal.
Good morning! Ayaka and I were just talking about you. Is Chevra still not joining us today?
Nein.
Probably not. We haven't seen her either.
Huh? That's such a pity. Director Farina said that we've only got a few small scenes left before wrapping up the entire thing. She
yeah.
even said that she'll get me into a couple scenes, so everyone will have a chance to shine in front of the camera. We were also planning on
Awesome,
having
yeah.
a victory feast once we're all finished filming. You can join us, right?
Klar.
If only Chevros was here. I still haven't taken a photo with her.
Ah ja.
I'm afraid that can't be helped. Those special patrol folks are like phantoms when they've got a case on their hands.
Stimmt.
But to be honest, I'm even more concerned by what I read in the Steambird earlier this morning. It said that the killer in the murder case was none other than the author of the Two Musketeers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too. He came forward and confessed his crimes, but gave no explanation as to why he pulled the trigger. We didn't know about this case at all when we joined the film. Is it going to affect the reception of our work? From a pure publicity standpoint, this will draw a lot more attention to our film.
Ja.
I have to say, though, that no director can be perfectly comfortable with garnering attention through means other than artistic skill.
To be fair, I feel like that ship sailed the moment you allowed yourself to be named as the director on our posters.
It's not my fault that I'm super popular. What was that saying again? My popularity has,
Sunk to an all-time low?
spread to the four corners of Teyvat.
Aha. Na dann. Bin ich ja mal gespannt. Wie ein Glitzerbogen. Das kann ja noch was werden. Aber gut.
Excuse me, everyone.
Ja.
Xavier! Feels like it's been ages since we last saw you.
I've been talking non-stop with the Film Association, and I'm absolutely swamped trying to coordinate the film's marketing. So forgive me for not being around more often, but please believe me when I say that I will make sure everyone's hard work gets the exposure it deserves.
Ah ja.
Seems like you've been fighting your own battles.
Yes, that's one way to put it. Oh, and before we begin the final round of filming, please allow me to finally introduce you to the original investor of our film, Mr. Morris.
Ah ja.
A pleasure to meet you all.
Yes, glad to make your acquaintance, Mr. Morris. We've heard about the issues you've encountered with your financial situation, and genuinely hope that things have taken a turn for the better.
Oh, well, the situation has indeed improved somewhat.
Ist derjenige?
Don't worry, Mr. Morris. Accidents and last-minute challenges happen all the time. There's no need to blame yourself over it.
Ist
Good news
derjenige?
is that we're almost done filming now. And I would even say that this is the best story I've ever seen.
Is that so? I see, that's great
Ich glaube,
news.
ist derjenige, der gemeint
All
ist, ja?
right, now that we've gotten all the pleasantries out of the way, let's
Ist
get
der
the show on the road.
adlige Typ, der die Mutter hat umbringen
We'll
lassen.
mostly be filming typical people and scenery from the streets today to improve the sense of environmental ambiance in some parts of the film. Oh, and there'll be a cameo for Mr. Kamisato and Miss Yoimiya as well. They'll be used to show outsider perspectives on the fates of the two musketeers.
That's right. Ayato should be here any minute.
Excellent! Then let's start with the scenery shots. Camera and clapper loader, you're up.
Ja, hier sind wir.
Remember, all we need are some wide zoom shots of the streets. If you happen to find some particularly lovely patches of flowers and grass, feel free to grab some close-ups of those as well.
Ah ja. Na dann.
Ready?